Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm continuing on where I left off last. Last time we saw the high-grade Gundam Harut final battle version, and today what we're going to be taking a look at is the high-grade Gundam Zabanya final battle version. Once again, when it comes to premium Bandai kits like this one right here, this video would not have been possible without those absolutely fantastic people over at Baiyi. So if you're looking for these kits for yourself, link is down there in the description. So once again, I might as well mention right off the bat, this is a variant of a kit that already exists. A kit that already exists at a much cheaper price, and that is before resale. So the biggest question when it comes to this, just like we thought with the Harut, is what would make this actually worth it? Is this kit worth it or not? So once again, there is some new stuff in here, but unlike the Harut, it's not a lot. Compared to the standard release, all we get is a bit of a new backpack, some repeats of runners that already exist in the standard release, and a couple of new rifles. Besides that, this is exactly what we would have seen before. Now, I don't have the original version, so I can't really compare plastic qualities. If you know, if you've them both, drop it down there in the comments. Are they the same? Are they not? Let us all know. But anyway, let's jump right on into the review. So jumping right on into the aesthetics, and this is a kit right here that is a mixed bag without a single doubt. There's a lot of good aspects to it, but a whole lot of bad when it comes to the looks. So first off, when it does come to the good, this does look stocky, strong, and awesome, just like the Zabanya should. This is probably the most rock-solid looking lock-on Stratos suit, and we get that with the kit. However, this kit drops the ball and drops the ball hard when it comes to color separation and general features. There's a lot of hollow points all around the kit. It does rely on a whole ton of stickers, and usually stickers aren't the worst situation in general, but this kit uses them in some critical aspects I like to refer as the vanity area. Basically, the head, upper chest, and shoulders. We've got two big old white stickers in the front of the chest right off the bat. Then up on the shoulder we've got a massive grey one and two massive green ones. A lot of color inaccuracies just there. But when it comes to the head, we need a whole sticker that covers up a clear part in the forehead. I did not use that, I used a Sharpie instead. Colored that in purple because I didn't want to lose the only bit of purple on the kit. And underneath that we do have a sticker for the lens in the sight underneath the opening segment in the middle of the V-fin. But as far as I'm concerned, it's a metallic part, so that's not the biggest deal. Also, when it comes to the Zabanya has a whole bunch of opening hatches, kind of like a lock-on Stratos suit would or something like the Heavy Arms. However, this kit doesn't really do that at all. We do have a couple of opening segments, that is two in the chest that can actually swing open and out, which aren't that bad. And we have two in the knees, which actually kind of have to be detached and reattached in the opened position. And inside of all of that, it doesn't look very pretty. Once again, hollow parts, and you're kind of just seeing the big slot which they attach on with normally, so definitely a bit of a disappointment. So the color separation and the lack of opening hatches is my biggest issue with this kit. This is a premium Bandai exclusive kit where they've added more runners. They could have done what we saw with Harut and added in a couple more, giving us actual opening hatches and actual color separation around the head, chest, and shoulders. Bandai do that all the time with any of the build kits. They include new runners to change it into a slightly different looking variant of a mobile suit. They could have done that here, but they didn't. A little bit lazy. So now jumping into the accessories, and here is the high-grade Zabanya final battle version with absolutely everything that it comes with. And it comes with quite a lot. What this is made up of primarily is a whole bunch of the GN holster bits, and we've got a whole bunch of the GN rifle bit 2s. We've got a whole 6 of those, and then a whole bunch of stuff for attaching it on to the Zabanya. So first off, when it comes to the hands inside of this kit, like we saw with the premium Bandai version of the Harut as well, this kit only comes with the standard block holding hands, nothing else. So we do have no expressive options or anything like that thrown into this kit. So more minus premium points for this premium Bandai kit. So when it comes to the weapons, which are the GN rifle bit 2s, these come in two different forms. We've got two of the full version. These feature a clear part down here. I will mention there is a sticker on there. Underneath the white sticker is more clear plastic. We have a fold out usable handle. We've got a extending segment up here, which is the sights. And finally then we have a removable barrel to convert these into the GN pistol bits. The second variation we have in here, and we have 4 of these, is just these in the GN rifle bit mode. There is no fold-out handle, there is no clear parts, just a sticker, no moving sight, and you cannot reduce these down to pistol size. So these are mainly just for using as bits. So in order to start using all of the GN bits that we've gotten here, first we've got a segment which attaches around to the back of the butt flap. Now, this just doesn't fit for me at all. I'm not sure if this is every single one of these kits or what. I've tried everything, it just falls off. I've had to resort to actually sticking blue tack right beneath the booty hole just to hold it on. It holds on now fine, but it seems like the peg just isn't thick enough to hold. And this is the point where I mentioned probably the biggest letdown about this kit right here, and that is these slots. So the way these work is they slot onto these little segments just like this. So this is how they attach on, and they do hold on incredibly well with their simple sliding mechanism. They pop on and then slide and lock into place. These also pop up onto the shoulders too. The new shoulder segments here actually feature these very nice rotating circle segments with the exact same joint on them, and these GN shield bits can attach onto those up on the shoulder like this. But the biggest issue with this particular thing is, well, this isn't compatible with anything at all. These are meant to be bits, so you're meant to be able to pose them flying around and stuff like that. But what? On what exactly, Bandai? What is going to fit in this hole? Oh, thank you. This is it? This is what you're giving me? Bandai, what's wrong with you? So basically this right here is an adapter, and that works in the exact same way. So these can be popped onto this adapter just like so, to I guess show them in flight, or maybe attached together like a shield. So now it's held together as a shield. But this requires another proprietary adapter segment, or should I say stand, which only comes included with the Karudem Gundam only. So that is it. So they didn't include one of these in the box. There's only one of these to hold 2 of them together, and there's nothing at all that fits into these slots for, you know, this to be shown flying around. And when it actually comes to the bits in here, we've got this little slot instead. And that only comes with an action base too. Do they even sell those anymore? Like, they've been completely swapped out for the various versions of the Action Base 4 now. As far as I know, you can probably get an Action Base 2, but who uses them? They were kind of crap. So yeah, if this right here was just your simple 3mm hole, and this right here was just another simple 3mm hole, you could mount this on any kind of action base going out in the hobby world, but Bandai decided to just give you the middle finger and tell you go fuck yourself. And I guess I better go fuck myself. Anyway, when the GN rifle bits are not in use, they can all be slotted into the GN shield bits, and unlike the regular version of this kit, we do have 6 slots for all of the weapons. That does include the full versions that have the handles and the sights. So just fold them all up and they can pop on in like so. However, there seems to be a however caveat with every aspect of this kit. You do have to remove the ends of each of the rifles before they can slot in. So now you've got 6 ends of rifles just hanging around like spare bricks. Now, you could put these away so you don't end up losing them if you have it posed with them attached in there, but it just seems like an awful loss risk that these couldn't just be turned around, flipped upside down, or attached in some other kind of way. I understand that this is an older kit, so that does make some sense, but the premium Bandai kit didn't actually do anything to improve these in any kind of way. And in case you are curious, there are some leftover parts in here, which would be these right here. The Sea Runner was included multiple times for the GN shield bits, so you've got an extra butt flap and some extra armor segments that you might be able to cut out and keep for some future customization. So finally jumping into the build and the articulation, and even though I've mentioned so far that there are a lot of issues with this kit, especially when it comes to the aesthetic aspects and whatnot, this is an extremely solid kit. So once again, like the Harut, at its core, it is really good. So I'm just gonna pop off the backpack, or should I say butt pack, like one of you guys mentioned in the last video, just to keep that out of the way so we can see the standard Gundam first, and we'll pop it on a little later. Now, I have to say, I love these Gundam 00 style shoulder attachment points. These are so cool, especially when they're just attached on without the actual butt pack. These are really dynamic, kind of like big wings. Actually, I'm just curious, can you pop these off and pop on a couple that have the rifles inside? So pop that on, yeah. Yes, you can. So if you actually want the shoulder ones like this, just 4 of them with the rifle. Hey, yeah, the rifle can come out and all that, but I just realized I said just 4 of them. Why just 4 of them? I'm going to assume I can just take the entire strip and stick them on like a giant wing. There we go. Massive wing of these. It can barely hold it up, but yeah, if you want, you can have huge wings of these GN shield bits. Bits. GNC. Man, can't speak anymore. Anyway, the head's got a flip-up segment here to show the sights underneath. Giggity goo, double polycap. There's all the way up, all the way down, side to side. Polycap shoulders aligned towards the front just like so. So that gives us a little bit of this. Full shoulder roll. We've got the full 360 spin up there. And there is the arm raised all the way up. So that is a little bit blocked. This little piece here can move down and up like so. We've got a full 360 spin right here. Single jointed bend at the elbow right here, but we do have that second bend, 00 style just near the wrist, and the wrist is your typical ball joint, which does what a ball joint does. The waist in here is the classic polycap ball. There's a polycap ball in there, by the way. Polycap ball to upper body, and just like that classic design gets us usually, not really a whole lot, but it could be a whole lot worse. Not too bad. There is the full spin, and we've got a little bit of side-to-side crunch. Front skirting right here is ball joints. Side skirt all the way up, down, forward, and back. And a paralyzed butt flap that doesn't move. The hip pegs in here are aligned to move forward and back just like so. Those also feature a side-to-side rock. And when it comes to the kicks, there it is all the way up to the front, so not bad at all. There it is out to the back, a little bit blocked. And finally, there is the splits. Hold on, you get up. There is the splits. We do have the full spin at the upper leg right here. We have a double jointed knee bend, not too bad. So getting on the ground to check out the functional movement, this moves out of the way so it can move forward to back just like so. So a little limited towards the back. As for the side to side, this is quite good. So there, all the way back to there. And we don't have anything going on the foot like a toe bend or anything like that. So finally onto the last bit, which is the butt pack. So it can move forward and back. We've got 2 kind of hingy bits right there and rotation at both points. So just like we would have seen earlier on, this has locking mechanisms there, and there to keep it in place when you do move it. So when it is attached onto Zabanya right here, it does mean you can get quite a lot out of it. So you can move these, rotate them, and the main locking positions are there, then there, and right up like that. So anyway, that right there is it for the review of the high-grade Gundam Zabanya Final Battle version. So all I can say is at the core of this kit, we do have a nice, solid high grade. Everything is where it needs to be and it does look great. It's just the more you actually stack onto this, it starts to actually show a lot of its problems. It's very color inaccurate with a lot of stickers required for a lot of critical places like the head, shoulders, and chest. Even though you wouldn't expect fully opening hatches in a high-grade kit, we do have a couple which I guess is a plus as opposed to any reason to give out about the fact that they don't look that great. But what my biggest issue with this kit right here would be is the lack of stand compatibility. We have so many shield bits, so many rifle bits, and all of which have weird attachment points that cannot connect to any kind of normal stands, which is a super big letdown. And there are no stands included in here, which is also an even bigger letdown. So you cannot display this with all of its shield bits and its rifle bits flying all around the place, ready for some wanton ELS destruction. So that is a massive letdown. Honestly, if you don't really care too much about the use of stands or the stickers, then I would say this is a silver tier kit. But if you do care about all of that, I would say that it is bronze, and that kinda sucks. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back for more Gunpla reviews, and I'll see you next time. As always, this video and none of these videos would be possible without each and every one of you watching these videos, including those of you who are supporting me on the channel memberships and over on Patreon, including VanFon, OG59061, Lawrence Hack, Kill Me Inc., Joseph Kukluk, Joe, Gunpla UK Limited, Global Frequency Studios, Forsetti, Caleb Engelhardt, and Craig Jerry.